Hi guys, this is AruvaChan, and today I'm going to be talking about something super important for an artist online. I'm going to be talking about how to make art friends. So, I know that making friends can be difficult whether you are an artist or not, and it's especially true if you spend most of your time online, working, or at home in your room. But thanks to the magic of the internet, it is possible to make connections without ever leaving your home, your work, or your room. So I'm going to give you a few different tips and tricks that I use to make some awesome art friends, and I know for sure that they have worked because I've done them a few times. I know I am very shy, so if you are on the more shy side and you aren't too open to talking to people, then this is the easiest way to get someone who you might want to be potential friends with to be your friend. The first trick that I have for you is to draw them fan art. Now, this doesn't work all the time, and it really only works if you are drawing fan art for a smaller creator. Like back when I was a baby on DeviantArt, I would find people who I thought had really nice art styles, but maybe didn't have too much of an audience or too many people that they talk to. I would draw fan art of their characters, and I made quite a few friends that way, and I still sometimes talk to them, and it's a very simple way to get to know somebody because you want to be interested in their artwork, and everyone loves seeing their OCs drawn by other people, and showing interest in their characters and their stories will give you both something to talk about. And if you get interested in what they are drawing and what they are talking about, then they will want to be friends back with you. The next one is a bit along the same lines as the last one, but a nice way to get to know them is to ask them if they are open for art trades. Art trades are an amazing way to get your OCs drawn as well as make a new friend. Another really nice way to make friends is to join an art app. So I have joined different art aminos and different art discords. It's a really super easy way to talk and or post about your art and see people who have the same kind of interests as you. These places also really let you publicly share your art and see other people's artwork, which can actually help you find what you're interested in and find interesting people who may have the same and or different ideas and styles as you. This is something that I wasn't even sure I needed as an artist, but I am really happy because when I joined, it started to help me grow. The next way that I found to make friends is just to talk to people. I know this sounds kind of obvious, but it wasn't something that I ever thought I could see myself doing when I was younger. Just talking to someone is a great way to get to know them, and even if it seems scary at first, you can figure out how to chat with them the longer you do it. And you may be surprised at how friendly some other artists are and how much they also want friends. You may have taken the first step for both of you if you do this. I know something along the same lines as the last one is ask somebody to draw with you. I have made quite a few friends by just asking them if they would like to open a draw pile with me and connect and draw together, or by joining a website like iScribble, even though iScribble doesn't exist anymore. And I know I always used to watch and listen to people talk about how much they love drawing with their friends, and I never had that where I lived, so I would always go online and I would make friends on the websites that I had joined to draw. And I was always jealous that other people would ask each other to draw and hang out with each other and make OCs and stories. So another thing that I never thought that I could do was ask if I could join them. I would always see these people having so much fun and drawing on their own or drawing with other friends. I never thought they would want me to hang out with them, but I can definitely tell you that if you are alone and you want somebody to draw with, ask them to draw with you. Chances are they will say yes, and sometimes they might say no, but perhaps that was just because that day they didn't want to draw with anyone. You would be surprised at how friendly people are. This one is a little touch and go, but this next step is absolutely how I made one of my friends. So what you want to do is commission someone. Now, I know this is kind of silly, and I am not the person who commissioned somebody. Somebody commissioned me. I talked to her and got to know her, and it was interesting because I really found out that I had a lot in common with her. She was such a nice person that I kept talking to her even after I did her commission. Now, I can definitely say that she's one of my best friends and continues to inspire me, and we do a ton of stuff daily because of our tiny little one-step connection from when she commissioned me. This step, like I said, it's a little touch and go, and if it doesn't work out for me, then hey, that's okay. You still get a rad art piece out of it, so it's a win-win either way. And actually, another way I made an online friend is supporting another small creator. So I was just getting started on YouTube, and I would actually live stream every once in a while, and there was only ever one person who came to my live streams. Only one. And she would ask me questions while I was drawing, and I would ask her questions too, because that's what people do when you want to make friends. You ask them questions too. And we actually kind of got to talking, and then that moved on to drawing, and then we talked every single day, and now she's one of my closest friends too. It's honestly such a nice thing when you go into somebody's live stream or message them on DeviantArt or on Discord and just try and talk to them, because you don't know how busy people are. For me, I'm not busy, and when people message me, I always try to talk to them. Whether I, have a commission that day or I'm working on a project, I will always take my time out to try and talk to them, because I really do enjoy talking and meeting people. And I know most other creators do too. So don't be afraid to actually try and reach out, because you'll never know what you're going to get back. So the one last thing that I have tried on my journey to make friends is make a YouTube. Now, this can be any variation of social media, a DeviantArt, a Tumblr. All you have to do is make it and continue to make things. For me, I posted online about once a week when I first started, and I made a ton of different connections, and I met a whole bunch of new people that I never would have known otherwise. And I was terrified at first. I was terrified to actually talk. And as soon as I started doing that, I met people who actually connected with me. And now I can talk and share my stories. I have all of these people who are here and will listen, and it's amazing. It really is amazing, the power that YouTube has for you. And this is an amazing way to share and connect, and there's no better way for me. There was no better way for me to make friends than to openly accept people into my life and do that through YouTube. Now, this is a disclaimer. This really did work for me, but it might not work for you. I had to really put myself out there and give a bit of myself to make friends, and if you're not comfortable doing that, then this might not be the right way for you to make friends. You might want to look more into the first few steps, see if any of those will work for you first. This is more of like a last-ditch effort kind of thing. So, in review, we have 1. Draw fan art. If fan art doesn't really work, then you might just have to talk to them. 2. Art trade. Again, with like the art trade thing, if they aren't busy and they are willing to do an art trade, that's great. But if they are, then I wouldn't hassle anybody for an art trade. Just go back to talking to them. 3. Join an art app or website. So Amino, DeviantArt, Toy House, any of those kind of things. All of those are good. All of those are great. 4. Talk to them. This is super important. You cannot have a friendship without talking to people. It's kind of more just like a mutual smile if you don't. You gotta actually try and talk to them. And I know this is a scary step, but it's super important. 5. Ask them to draw with you. This is also super important. If you want art friends, you have to continually be drawing and drawing with them. If they're always busy, then you can't ever draw with them. 6. Commission them. This is a little touch and go. You can make friends this way, but it's not as set in stone as if you just tried to talk to them and naturally made friends with them that way. And 7, last but not least, make a YouTube, TikTok, Amino, DeviantArt, anything. and share yourself with people. If you share yourself, you're more likely to get more people coming back to you because they will know you at that point. They will want to know you because they already sort of know you online. Thank you guys so much. If any of these help you, please let me know down in the comments. If any of these have made you a friend already, please let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much. Bye!